My mom, she was a concert pianist when she was a little kid, and I grew up around music, classical music. So I grew up hearing it and reading about these guys, these great composers. And Beethoven's music always struck me. Always. He had this fire, you know? I remember reading the story of him going deaf and pushing himself into self-isolation, and that's where he became himself. And to me, that was, wow. Don't let anything poison your individuality. Be away, break away, and look in, not outward. What makes us all do what we do at a high level is an inspiration that comes so deep as almost like a controlled desperation. And if you can't tap into that, then it just extinguishes. And you can't do it through here. It's to seep way down in there. And don't get me wrong, I learned a lot of basic tricks that I pick up from everywhere else, but I try to absorb them so that I can build something else out of them. Because the joy isn't creating something. The joy is what comes out of you. That's what keeps me going. I think anyone who's had any degree of fame becomes very sensitive to pelting you with praise. And too much of it can have the weight of a tombstone. And Stacy never did that. It was, say fires are combustible, not because of the gas, but because of the vapors. And his laugh was quite like those vapors. He won everything, or close to it. That creates this so much more pressure because there's no gratification in winning. There's only upholding something so that you don't lose it. And it is staggering. It usurps the joy of it. It's like a Kafka short story. You build something, but you can't live in the house because you sit around guarding it. Contests gave me the ability to continue to do what defined me. But what they came to represent was, don't fail.
And I did get to, I have a couple of pretty heavy conversations with Rodney about it. He had come back to competition already, and I said, how did you do it? And he said, I just came back with a different approach that I didn't care as much of the results. I enjoy it. I enjoy the skating. If I don't win, I don't win.
Everything I am today somehow is probably fed by my need for acceptance. With my dad, that's not necessarily the acceptance sons are hoping for, of, hey, it's good that you did this, but do you get the point? You're dominating something that really doesn't matter, and apply yourself to something meaningful. But because of Tony and Caballero and these guys, that gave me a sense of acceptance and belonging. It was like reciprocated and bounced back and churned in a synergistic way. And that's what created the Bones Brigade.
I just look back at my life and I feel so blessed to be a part of this whole scene. The people that we've affected, just because of this passion that we have.
I spent a lot of time in the stacks and the libraries, and you're looking at these stacks of unreadable masterpieces that men devoted their lives standing on the shoulders of geniuses before them, Bertrand Russell, Principia Mathematica, and all these things that, who will read those? How will they change society? How do they really factor into things? Me? I was able to contribute with a lot of tricks. Those tricks now have names, and those tricks factor into what everybody else does. And in a very meaningful way, I have helped create a vocabulary by which this community communicates. I mean, you can hear people chat, listen to how skaters talk. These are all words and expressions, things that we create. It's our language, but it's also physical. And it helps define us as individuals, how we fit within that framework. And it helps define the community itself. And so when I look and I think of the contribution of all these geniuses and the smell and the browning paper of these dusty books that no one will read, I think that I am so rich and what I have done has meaning. So, I don't know what that answers. Where do we start?